video, I'm gonna be talking about makeup brushes. I have so many comments in the comment section below asking me what brushes to buy, what brushes to start with. So I thought, why not help you guys out with a beginner's makeup brushes kit, so that you guys can go out there and buy the makeup brushes that you need. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna just start with the video and tell you all what brushes to use. So let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking about is how to apply your foundation and concealer, all the cream products basically. So let me tell you guys that this is not a brush, this is something not related to brushes. What a great start. But anyway, this is like my holy grail product, and that are the beauty blenders. These are life. I will not kid you guys. This is something that y'all should totally invest in. So the two beauty blenders that I have and I absolutely love is the Real Techniques one, and this is the Pac Beauty Blender. Now let me tell you, both are very good. Only the Pac Beauty Blender is teeny tiny bit better because it soaks less amount of product, but both are very good and both are of the same range of cost. So you can buy either one of them. I would totally tell you all to buy these. So before getting introduced to a beauty blender, I used to apply my foundation with brushes. Now the two brushes that I used to use constantly are these two brushes. This is a Real Techniques buffing brush and this is the BeautiCo face brush. Now this brush is a round top brush and this is so soft. I used to apply my foundation with this in circular motions and I used to love how it used to apply. It never used to apply streaky or anything. This is a perfect brush, and this you get in the Real Techniques starter kit. So you do not get this brush separately. You get an expert face brush, but I feel this brush is way better than that. And then the BeautiCo brush is a flat kabuki brush. Now this also comes in a brush set of 10, which is very affordable, and all the brushes in that brush set are very useful. So I used to use this one, and this is perfect for buffing in the foundation. Other than that, let's talk about concealer. Now for concealer, I used to use this brush called as the Real Techniques contour brush. Now it is meant for contouring and it is very good for contouring as well, but I used to use this brush to apply my concealer and blend it out very precisely under my eyes, because it just fits the shape of my eye right here. And it is very good in blending it out. Again, it does not give you a very streaky application. It is very easy to use and it just gives you a very natural finish. So let's move on to a powder brush. Now you've done your foundation, your concealer, you want to set your face. Now a powder brush, you can buy any powder brushes that are available in the market. I have two options and both are from Real Techniques, but you do not need to buy these brushes. You could buy any powder brush or you can use whatever powder brushes that you already have. So you do not need to invest in a very expensive powder brush, but this is the one from Real Techniques and this is called as a powder brush. And a powder brush is supposed to be a very fluffy kind of a brush, like it just fits almost entirely on your face, you can say, and you can buy any powder brushes as I said. So guys, once we've applied our powder and we've set our face, we are gonna move on to contouring and bronzing. First, I'm gonna tell you all about bronzing. Now what is bronzing basically? It just gives you a healthy flush of color on your face. It just gives you that tanned effect. So for that, I used to use this Real Techniques powder brush itself. Now why I like this brush for bronzing is because it is squeezed in right here. So can you see the shape of it? It is like fluffy on the upper end and flat on the lower end, and this is like flat from here and this is much more thinner from here. So what happens is this just sits right in the hollows of your cheeks and gives you that very natural looking bronzed skin. So this is the bronzing brush that I used to use. But then I got introduced to this Pac 342 brush. Now this is very different than that brush. Now this is much more fluffier. This is like a domed shaped brush and this is a very dense brush actually. So what this basically does is it sits right in the hollows of your cheeks and blends it out very well. Now you do not need an extra contour brush if you buy this one, because this is gonna help you do your contouring, your bronzing, everything just with this brush itself. So this is the brush that I would recommend you guys to buy if you are looking to bronze and contour both. So now let's talk about contouring, like literal, that chiseled out contouring. For that, I use these two brushes. Now these two brushes, this one I showed you all earlier to apply your concealer. Now this is called as a contour brush and this is the Pac 330 brush. Now both are very similar. Both are very good quality. They do exactly the same thing. These brushes are different than the one which I showed you earlier, the Pac brush that this one is. Now this is much more fluffier and bigger, but this is smaller. Like, it is again a dome shape but a smaller and much more denser brush. Now what this is gonna do is gonna sit exactly in the hollows of your cheeks, like right in the hollows of your cheeks, and give you that chisel out face. So these are the two brushes that I would recommend you guys if you all want that chiseled out face. So now let's talk about blusher brushes. Now I have two options for y'all. One is this ProArt 176F brush. Now this is a very, angled kind of brush. Now this is very helpful for beginners because it sits right at the apples of your cheeks and then drag it upwards. It sits very well and makes your application very easy. The second brush that I have is again from the Real Techniques collection. Now this is the buffer brush that I showed you earlier. Now I use this brush for applying my blusher and it gives me the perfect application. It sits right at the apples of my cheeks and again I drag it upwards. It is very useful for applying blusher as well. So you can get two different applications with the same brush, that is the foundation and the blusher. Now let's move on to highlighting. For highlighting, I have one brush for you, and this brush is the only brush that I use for highlighting. This is a Real Techniques. I think this is a concealer brush. Again, this comes in the starter kit itself, and I absolutely love this brush for highlighting because it sits right at the highest points of my cheeks very well and makes my application of highlighters so very easy. I absolutely love this brush for highlighting. All our face brushes are done. Now we're gonna move on to our eye brushes. Now I have a bunch of eye brushes to show you all. Let's start with the basic blending brush. The first brush that I had for blending is this ProArt 230E brush. Now can you see how fluffy this is? So this is used for blending out your eyeshadow right in your transition area or blending out any harsh lines that you apply on your eye region. This is very useful to blend and make your application of eyeshadow smooth and seamless. The second brush that I have for blending is this Pac 103 brush. Now this is a very similar brush to this one. Now both are very same, but this has a very pointy edge. This is a flat round edge, but it does the exact same job. Again, it blends out your eyeshadow very well. So this is the second blending brush that I would recommend you guys to buy. Now let's move on to a more precise application eyeshadow brushes. I have this brush from ProArt and this is a 217 brush. Now this brush is very different than the previous one. This is much more flatter and much more tapered at the end. Now what this is used for is to apply your eyeshadow right in your crease, and it makes your application so precise and blends it out so very easily. So this is the brush that I would totally recommend you guys to buy. So the second brush that I have is the Real Techniques base shadow brush. Now this is again exactly same as the ProArt brush. It does the exact same job. It applies your eyeshadow right in your crease very precisely and blends it very well. Again, this comes in the starter kit of the Real Techniques brushes. I have another brush from Pac. Now this is a 032 brush. Again, this is used to apply your eyeshadow right in your crease. Now this looks very similar to this blending brush, but this is much more stiffer and much more tapered. Now again, this is very useful to apply your eyeshadow right in your crease very precisely. This is absolutely a beautiful brush to apply your crease eyeshadow. You can buy any of the three that I showed you all. All three do the exact same thing. So the next set of brushes that I'm going to be showing you all is the eyeshadow application brushes. Now I have two options for you guys out there, and one is this ProArt 219E brush, and the second brush is from Gouge, I suppose. Now this again comes in a set of brushes, but these are not your normal eyeshadow brushes, the one which you get anywhere, those flat brushes that are absolutely not the brushes that I use for eyeshadow. These are the type of brushes that you use for your eyeshadow lid application. These are much more fluffier and denser. So this picks up the right amount of product and places it right in your eyelids. So the next brush that I'm going to be telling you all about is a pencil brush. Now I have this one pencil brush with me. This is the Pro Art 248E brush. This is the only pencil brush that I use. And this is used to apply your eyeshadow right in your lower waterline. And this is so precise and makes your application of eyeshadow in your lower waterline so easy, and it is absolutely beautiful. So I would recommend you guys to buy this pencil brush from Pro Art 248E. So the next brush I'm going to be talking about is our eyebrow brush. Now this is from Faces. Y'all must have seen this in my earlier videos. This is the only eyebrow brush that I use all the time. This is called as a mascara and eyebrow brush. One side is the angle end and the other side is the spoolie. So you should totally buy an eyebrow brush because it's gonna make your life so easier to apply your eyebrow powder or your eyebrow product and shape your eyebrows. So next, let's talk about the eyeliner brushes. Now I have three options for y'all. The classic eyeliner brush, that is this kind of brushes, like the thin applicator brush is used to apply your eyeliner, but I do not like using this one because I just cannot get my wing right with these kind of brushes. The ones that I use are these angled brushes. Now one is from Pac 315 and the second one is this Ovani brushes. Now both are very similar. Now these are so thin and so flat, like these sit right at the corners of my eyes, and you know, I can shape my eyeliner so well with these because they are so small and so thin and so flat. So I would totally recommend you guys to buy these kinds of eyeliner brushes because they are gonna be like so helpful to you guys to apply eyeliner. I know you girls out there struggle with eyeliner, so definitely try these brushes and let me know what you'll think about it. So yeah, those were all the brushes that I wanted to tell you guys about, and if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up to this video, and if you all have any queries, please comment in the comment box below so that I can help you out. Other than that, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on my social media accounts. So that's it I would like to say in this video, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!